last installment here. Last time we left off, we had finished off Justice for All. And now, the last game left on our clearing block here is Trials and Tribulations. I know nothing about this other than who the prosecutor is and that he drinks a lot of coffee. Besides from that, I am very excited to play this game. Because currently, from what I've heard from friends, they say that this game here is probably the best one? I'm not sure. All I know is that generally it seems like the consensus is that Justice for All is like the lull in the series, and Trials and Tribulation is the, I don't know, the next step up, if you would. Okay. Either way, I think we can pretty much get started here. Let me just make sure that everything is reflecting good on the second screen here. For chat, all the people who are watching, VOD viewers, hope you all have had a wonderful morning. And aside from that, we're back. Hello, Brad. How's it going, dude? We are back. Okay. I think we're good to go here. Hopefully my mic doesn't sound too loud here. I don't know why. I'm just seeing a lot of red with how I'm talking, but I'm sure it's fine. Okay. Alright. Hello, Adachi. Nice to see these people coming in here. Okay. I think we're good to go. Enough stalling for time. Let me just split up my screen here. I completely forgot this was yet another Ace Attorney stream date. Time fly- I know, right? Time has been flying by, especially lately. It's been something else. Either way. Episode 1, Turnabout Memories. Oh. Alright. Let's get into this. Oh, wait. I need to add a friend of mine. Hold on. For new game. At Really Guy. Time for new game. Alright. Now I'm ready. Turnabout Memories. Here we go. It's the first case, so it shouldn't be that bad. How did I get into this mess? He's dead? Why? Why did I do that? Ah! Oh. That girl. You shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying! Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that! What? It wasn't me. I didn't. What? I didn't do it. Whoa. 5 years earlier, Mia Fey second trial? What? No way. Are we gonna be defending Phoenix Wright? Hold on. Phew, it's finally time. I'm kind of nervous. Ahem! Oh, let's see, Brad. Nothing too crazy, but introduces two characters who will stay a long way and we get some Phoenix origins. I can tell. Oh, Mr. Grossberg. Good morning. Ah, Mia, please calm yourself down. You're going to get yourself arrested for suspicious behavior, you know. What are you talking about? I am relaxed, Mr. Grossberg. Look at me. I'm relaxed. Let go of my lapels. You obviously haven't got the temperament to be a lawyer. I'm so sorry. It's just that I'm so nervous today. Oh, that's right. This is your first time in the big leagues, isn't it? Well, never you fear, my dear. I, Marvin Grossberg, am at your service. Actually, this is my second time in court. Still, You surprised me. What, with your earnest request last night? Let me handle this case, you subtly said, and quite forcefully, too. I just found out yesterday about the case, I mean. What? And you've already learned all the relevant facts? Well, about that. You see, I mean, of course I have, I think. Oh, dear. In any case, don't let our clients see you're so nervous. You see the poor young man in the pink sweater out there? That's our client. Holy shit. Good morning there, everybody. Good morning. Try to keep smiling, Mia. I just want to say, I'll give it all I've got. Yep, it'll be fine. No problem. Oh, achoo! 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 Oh, what's wrong? Do you have a cold or something, Mr. Rye? Actually, it's right. Like the Flying Brothers. People screw it up all the time. And yes, I have a cold. That's what this mask is for. My doc says this way I won't give it to anyone else. Be kind to others, he says. Right, Mr. Wright, you have nothing to fear in court today. If you are truly innocent, I promise I will save you. Surely something I can't find the word, though. Please let go of my shirt. That's right. He's the one on trial, not you. He's the one who should be nervous. You need to stay strong for your client, Mia. I don't know what Phoenix is... Okay, Phoenix looks younger. I didn't realize that was possible, given the Phoenix we've seen so far. He just seems more... I don't know, he's less bulky. The first time I appeared in court was a year ago. But that trial traumatized me so badly, I thought I'd never set foot in another courtroom. It's been 1 year since then, and well, here I am again. This time I'm going to win. For my client, and for myself. I like the idea of just starting by playing as Mia. Though I am curious about how that's going to be relevant to this game. April 11th, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 2. Oh my god, that guy's younger. Court is now in session for the trial of Phoenix Wright. Oh my god. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense today is Miss Mia Fey, was it? Yes, Your Honor. Is there a problem? I was under the impression that Marvin Grossberg was to be leading the defense. Yes, well, you see, Mr. Grossberg had a bit of an emergency. Emergency? But isn't that him standing there right next to you? Yes, well, you're just a rookie. Are you sure you can really handle this? Don't let him scare you, Mia. Give him your toughest look. True that, Brad. Of course, Your Honor, I think. Well, Mr. Payne, your opening statement, please.
Well. I can't believe a veteran like me has to spend his time babysitting a new defense lawyer. Don't worry, little girl. It will all be over soon.
What was that all about? Was he trying to trash talk me?
Now then, I'd like to proceed with a summary of events on the day in question. The incident occurred on the campus of Ivy University. The murder victim was a student named Doug Swallow. He was a fourth-year student studying pharmacology. There we go. Don't know why I struggled with that one. Sounds like he was a very bright young man. Yes, well, next we have a photo taken at the scene of the crime.
Peak English. Don't make fun of me. I just woke up like an hour ago. Students discovered
the scene shortly after the murder. They found the victim's body. The defendant, who had obviously bungled his getaway, they then called the police.
That certainly makes the defendant look very suspicious indeed. Very well. The court accepts this photo into the record as evidence. Crime photo 1 added to the court record. By the way, I can't quite tell the cause of death from this photo.
Your reputation for sagacity is well earned, Your Honor. The truth is that this victim died a rather unusual death.
An unusual death? What do you mean, Mr. Payne?
Well, perhaps the defense would like to take this question.
Huh? A simple question. I thought I might loosen you up a bit.
I am a gentleman, if you will.
What? Stand up to him, Mia. Show him what you're made of. I can't put my, finger on it, but Mia looks different. Maybe it's just because this is the first time I've seen her from this angle, but it's something about, her face, her eye. Maybe it's just a thing of Mia being younger. Ah, a perfect opportunity. Well, what was it? The cause. Go on. Please say you know at least this much. I'm so sorry. I didn't get a chance to read through the whole file. My hemorrhoids are beginning to act up. Now see here. The details of the case are filed under the court record. But you knew that already, didn't you? Ah, the court record. I think I can see that by pressing this button. Doug autopsy report. Cause of death was a fatal electric shock. And what's this photo? I can see how the electric shock got him. Interesting. Okay. All of the weapons we need can be found in the court record. Take a good hard look at the data there and think carefully before you answer, my dear. Yes, sir. I'll do just that. I've got to stay calm. I can't let that prosecutor get the better of me. The court record. Okay, let's take a look. Just press tab here. Now then, would the attorney for the defense please answer the question? What was the cause of death? Electrocution. According to the court record, it was a fatal electric shock. In other words, electrocution. Who brings a parachute in a place where it isn't... Well, I assume... When you say parachute, I assume you mean umbrella. But I believe there is a... There are two types of umbrellas. One that you are supposed to wear, use during the rain. And I think there's a different thing that you use during the daytime. And it's intended to just cover up the sun and nothing else. Yeah. Electrocution? But how could such a thing happen? Did the murderer use some type of new, super powerful stun gun, perhaps?
The answer to that will become crystal clear as this trial proceeds, Your Honor. But before that, there is one more vital issue.
What's that?
Why, motive, of course. Apparently, there is some bad blood between the victim and the defendant.
But bad blood? What do you mean?
Oopsie, I'm terribly sorry. You're the defense attorney, so you must know all about it. I shouldn't be stealing your spotlight like this.
I really don't like this guy's smug attitude. That's Winston Payne for you. He is one smooth operator, if you catch my drift. They don't call him Rookie Killer for nothing, you know? Now then, let's hear from the defense. What was the source of the bad blood between the victim and the defendant? And this time, I would like to see some supporting evidence. Evidence? Ah, no need to get all worked up over this. As I said, all our weapons can be found in the court record. Find the evidence you need, then shove it in old Greybeard's face. Yes, sir. Into old Greybeard's faces. Oh my... Mr. Grossberg, try to set a better example for the young lady. Mia, evidence isn't the only thing in the court record. People's profiles are as well. You can toggle between profiles and evidence with tabs, so be sure to go over it all. Now then, let's see what you've got. What was the cause of bad blood between Phoenix Wright and the victim? Ooh, lady. Phoenix Wright's girlfriend. Dated the victim Doug Swallow up until 8 months ago. But, Hold on, my superior and the head of the Grossberg Law Offices, Phoenix Wright. My client, a third-year art student at Ivy University. Art student? That's cool. Phoenix didn't strike me as the type of dude to be an art student. But that's cool to know. Let's see. Doug Swallow. Victim. He was a fourth-year pharmacology student at Ivy University. Phoenix Wright's dead girlfriend. And Winston Payne, the prosecutor for this trial. A veteran lawyer with a little too much confidence. I assume it was the girl. Oh, wow. The reason for the bad blood between the two of them was this woman here. Dahlia Hawthorne, is it?
Very good, Miss Faye. You seem to have picked up on this much, at least. This woman was the girlfriend of the defendant, Phoenix Wright. But up until 8 months ago, she was with the victim, Mr. Swallow. Clearly, she had some part to play in this story.
Oh my. He's done it again. Before the cross-examination starts, he's already got the judge thinking like he wants. Very well, Mr. Payne. Please call your first witness. He's actually 54 years old by the time he goes to the Larry case. Well, they did say it was 5 years ago, right? So, yeah, 54. Insane. Dude, he loses all of this hair. Though he was already kind of receding. If it pleases the court, the prosecution would like to call Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? The defendant himself? Well, Miss Faye? Actually, how old is Von Karma is pretty old. Like, he's... I think it is 60s minimum, probably older. It's fine. After all, Mr. Wright is innocent, right? The defense has no objection. Very well. The court calls Mr. Phoenix Wright to the witness stand. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Oh, yes, my name is Phoenix Wright. My job is, well, right now I guess I'm a suspect. No, he means what did you do before you were arrested? Oh, achoo, achoo, achoo! I was a university student. Mr. Wright, you understand that you are suspected of the death of your fellow student, Doug, but I didn't do it! I'm innocent, I tell you! I'm telling you I was achoo, achoo, Oh my god, would the defendant please refrain from passing on his cold to the rest of us? It seems the witness has something he wants to say. He's finally bringing Phoenix Wright to states for trying to contract an assassin to kill him. The judge knew in advance. Well then, Mr. Wright, please tell us about your relation to the victim. Right away, oh my god, right away, Your Honor. He looks so innocent. The victim and I... Oh my god, new music. Oh, dude, I love that. The new music at the start of a game. I admit I was there. But I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. I see. So you hardly knew the victim? Right, like I said, I'm not a killer. Phew, looks like the judge understands. You're being naive, you know. Too naive. Huh? It seems that you've forgotten one small thing, young lady. And that would be... This witness still has to undergo something called cross-examination. Cross-examination? He's right, and it's the defense's duty to carry out the cross-examination. The purpose is to determine if a witness's testimony contains any contradictions. Contradictions? If a witness is lying, their statement will conflict with the court record. But Mr. Wright is my client. Even if he is your client, in court all lies must be struck down. As a lawyer, that is your duty, you see. What does he mean by that? Is he saying that testimony just now, that there is a lie, a contradiction? Now then, your cross-examination, if you please, Miss Faye. Please, Mr. Wright, tell me you haven't been lying. You wouldn't do that to me, would you? The victim and I. Drink some water. I was there. Press. Hold it! When you say there, you mean the place where the victim was murdered? Yeah, sort of. The place where something happened, anyway.
Objection! Something? You can't hide what happened. We have photographic evidence.
Achoo! Achoo, achoo, achoo! Anyways, Mr. Wright, why did they make Phoenix Wright sick? This isn't like... I'm talking about, like, the writing-wise. What does Phoenix Wright being sick add? If we don't find any lies on his statement on him being innocent, he's clearly guilty and there's nothing we can do about it. Yeah, I don't know. Clearly, the Phoenix Wright legal system is fucked, because it's like, it's weird. It's like, we have no evidence proving you're guilty, but we say that you're suspicious. Therefore, even though you have proved everything, we don't know who the actual killer is, so guilty. Because you know what? The court can't be asked to actually go looking for whoever did the killings. Anyways, Mr. Wright, what were you doing at the scene of the crime? I thought you said you didn't know the victim, Mr. Swallow. It was just a coincidence. We bumped into each other by accident. A coincidence, huh? But I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. I love this Phoenix. This sprite here is cute. He's just like, he looks so innocent. Staring straight on. I don't know what happened to Phoenix when he got older. I swear he lost that innocence. You say you found the body, so who called the police? Huh? Achoo, cough, achoo, cough, achoo, cough. Unfortunately, it was some other student that notified the police. Oh, wait, I forgot to give him his nerd voice. Other students? That's correct. They were witnesses. Well, witnesses who saw the defendant standing there, next to the body in shock. What? Is this true, Mr. Wright? Achoo, 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 achoo. Could you stop sneezing every time you're in a bind? Well, it's true that I was pretty shocked when I found the body. But I hardly knew the guy to begin with. Hold it! So you didn't know his face or even his name, right? Maya and Pearl sold the innocent character spot, so he had to lock in. Yeah? Okay. I need to say this because it's on my mind. I thought Phoenix always wanted to be a defendant lawyer, right? I thought the whole thing with Phoenix Wright was that when he was a kid, he saw Edgeworth defending him in class, and that's what made him want to be a defense attorney. So why is he an art student? Are they like rewriting his backstory right now? That's what's on my mind. Right! Well, no. Phoenix, that's not the answer to my question. That is, I mean... Oh my god. So, which is it? Did you know him or not? Achoo! Achoo, achoo. Now, see here. You can't avoid answering the question by sneezing all day. Well, I guess I did know his name. Alt timeline. I guess. And this one, Phoenix is... this is 5 years earlier, but it says here that he's a third-year art student. News to me? Why didn't he tell me that before? You didn't talk to him, Mia. Well, I guess you did, but for a brief moment. I heard he used to date Dolly. Who is this Dolly person? Ah, yes. That would be the defendant's lover, Miss Dolly Hawthorne. Oh, man, where's Rulin when I need him? I need him to explain what the joke is with his name. Oh, I see, young love. So bittersweet. But that's all I knew about him. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. Then how do you know he's a British wannabe? Mr. Wright, you stated the following in your testimony. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. That's right. I mean, why would I even... But that doesn't sound right. If you hardly knew him, then why would you say that the victim was a stuck-up British wannabe? Achoo! Well, Mr. Wright? No, it wasn't me. I'm not the killer, I swear. Mr. Wright, I will give you an opportunity to revise your testimony. How is it that you knew the victim was, as you put it, a British wannabe? Yes, well... He always was walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt. Did you see it at the crime scene? The Union Jack, I mean. Yes, that's right. I saw it at the crime scene. That's why I figured he must have loved British stuff, see? It's true, cross my heart. I swear I didn't do it. He's acting fishier than the salmon I ate last night. May I ask you something, Miss Faye? Man, Judge asks that pretty fast. Hold on, I need to, like, blow my nose or something. Let me grab a tissue. I swear Phoenix Wright is giving me the cold or something. Hold on. Okay. Good enough. Ah! Hope you didn't mind that styrofoam noise or whatever. Alright. May I ask you something, Miss Faye? Yes, Your Honor? What is it now? It's mutating. Who is this person anyway? This Union Jack fellow? Okay, he sneezed all over the fourth wall. Man, Mia... she just looks silly. Something about her expression right now seems funny. The Union Jack is the name of the United Kingdom's flag. Oh, I see. So you mean like the stars and stripes, right? As usual, Your Honor, your insight astounds me. Hey, something just occurred to me. Isn't there something strange about this bit just now? Mia, there's a contradiction here. Mr. Grossberg, quickly now, show that boy you mean business. With evidence, I mean. Okay, Mia, check the court record carefully. Well, my dear, do you think you can manage on your own from this point? I can handle it. 1 year ago, I was in a courtroom just like this. I can do it. I can handle this myself. You mustn't try to bite off more than you could chew, Mia. I'll be fine. I know what I have to do. Remember, you can always press him to get more information. Oh, and one more thing. When you're going to state a contradiction, make sure you present some definitive proof. Okay, Mia, one more time, from the very beginning of his testimony. Okay. Hold on. Hughes Union Jack. Lies. He wasn't wearing it there. Are you certain you saw the Union Jack? Yeah, I'm sure. It was right there on his back. Miss Faye, is there some point to this line of questioning? Your Honor, please take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing on the victim's back. Hey, wait a minute. He's wearing a leather jacket. The Union Jack was on the back of the t-shirt he was wearing. I was under the impression that you accidentally came across somebody. But if that was really the case, then you wouldn't know that, would you? You would have no idea at all what he was wearing underneath that jacket. Ooh. It's like the theme is finally complete. Mr. Wright, you've been lying to me. Please forgive me. Wah! Mia, you've made our client cry. Let him. That P on his chest doesn't stand for Phoenix anyways. I can't believe I trusted him. Mr. Wright was all wrong. That was an impressive bit of cross-examination. Grossberg being all supportive, but Mia at 5 years forward can't give a hint that isn't encrypted. Oh my god, yeah. No, let's not talk about Mia's ability to give advice while she's questionably dead. I don't know, maybe Mia might lock in this game. Who knows? What, Mia, you have something you want to say? Thank you for uncovering the defendant's lies for me. It's quite clear that this man did not simply stumble upon the scene of the crime. Uh-oh. Did I go too far? By the way, Mr. Wright, you seem to have a rather bad cold. Have you taken any medicine for it? Oh my god. Speaking like that nerd there is gonna make my, like, actual vocal cords shift its way into that nerd voice. Yeah, I took some, but... Was the medicine that you took an over-the-counter brand called Cold Killer X? Yeah, that's right. It kills colds good. Hey, wait a second. How did you know I'm a big fan of Cold Killer X? Would you have happened to have that medicine with you right now? Well, actually, I seem to have lost it somewhere. No, Phoenix. No, this is proof. He lost it. Does this even have anything to do with the case? Mr. Wright, shall I tell you where your cold medicine is right now? Huh? Your Honor, I'd like you to take another what? I'd like you to take a look at another photo from the crime scene. What's that? In the victim's hands. It's... Wait a second, where are these photos coming from? It's Cold Killer X. Yes, but even I've got a bottle of Cold Killer X in my apartment. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that argument won't work. There's no doubt as to who this bottle of Cold Killer X belongs to, especially since Mr. Wright's fingerprints are all over it. What?
Sensing his murderous intent, Mr. Swallow must have picked up the bottle of medicine, dropped by Mr. Wright, and hid it in his hand. His purpose in doing so can only have been to identify his killer as Phoenix Wright.
Sounds like a bit of a stretch, not gonna lie. Order! Order in the court!
Your Honor, I'd like to present this photo and bottle as evidence.
Very well. The court will accept them into the record. Okay. Cool.
Also, the victim's wristwatch was broken.
Broken?
Yes, it ceased functioning when a large wave of electricity passed through it. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have some kind of explanation for all of this?
This is really bad. Oh, my buttocks. My poor hemorrhoids. Dude, stop talking about your hemorrhoids, dude. No one wants to hear about that. What really happened? The truth is, I went because he called me. He was in the pharmacology department, so he agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. We talked for a bit, and then at around 3, we split up. Then later, when I went back, I found him lying there. I had been taking Cold Killer X for the last 2 or 3 days, but I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. Okay, that's like an actual... Mr. Wright, that's completely different from the testimony you gave previously. Judge, when has that not happened? That's like the bread and butter of your court. Achoo! 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 I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was afraid you wouldn't believe the truth.
You'll forgive me if I say I hardly find any of your current testimony any more credible.
Miss Faye, please begin your cross-examination. Oh, please, Mr. Wright, don't tell any more lies. What really happened? The truth is, I went because he called me. Had you ever met the victim before then? No, never. But that day, he called me up and told me he wanted to talk about Dolly. And this Dolly person is? It's kind of embarrassing. She's my, sweetheart. What? What was that for, Mia? Oh, I'm so sorry. I just felt like slapping something all of a sudden. What? Why? What does that mean? Dolly Hawthorne was also the lover of the murder victim Doug Swallow.
Before she met Mr. Wright, that is.
So it was one of those nasty love triangles. I see. He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. Was it Mr. Swallow who indicated you should meet at 2:45? Yeah, and we were both there, right on time. You'll know? What will I know? You said the victim was in the pharmacology department, correct? Ruin! Yeah, but he was studying how to manufacture and improve pharmaceuticals. Hello, Rilid. Hi. Everyone called him to the alchemist of IVU. An alchemist? I see. I gotta admit, it was a little suspicious. He had a whole laboratory and everything. It was filled with chemicals and strange machines that run on high voltage electricity. Ho ho, how fascinating. He sounds like he was quite an ambitious young man. What do I do? Maybe I should ask him for some more details? Yeah, but what time was the meeting? So you're absolutely certain you met at 2:45? Yeah, pretty sure. That was the time class ends. What the heck? Why is Phoenix on the stand? Well, it's because Phoenix Wright is the person we're defending. He is currently being accused of murder of Doug Swallow. And something about his sweetheart. I'm not quite sure. But we're playing as Mia Faye. And we are currently defending Phoenix. They're always doing experiments, so it doesn't matter much. Experiments? Yeah, look, it's Mia. We're Mia. Yeah, those pharmacologist guys are always in the lab whipping up something. Well, looks like he's right about the time anyway.
Witness, let's go on with your testimony.
We talked for a bit, and then around 3, we split up. So what was it you were talking about? You know... Achoo! That maybe we should hang out again sometime? Hang out again sometime? I wish that were true. Yeah, bullshit. Then later, when I went back, I found him lying there. So you say you went back? Yeah, that's when I found the body. Yes, but why did you go back in the first place? Weren't you angry with him? Well, that's right, I was. Then why, Mr. Wright? Why did you go back there? I thought maybe we could make up. Achoo! Achoo! Judging by the atmosphere, I'm pretty sure no one is buying this. Phoenix, stop lying! Stop being innocent! I'd been taking cold killer eggs for the last 2 or 3 days. It's rather unusual to catch a cold this time of year, isn't it? Yeah, I always get a little careless when the weather starts to warm up. I guess I shouldn't sleep with the window open this early in spring, huh? I suppose common sense is not always common. So, did anyone else know that you were taking cold medicine? Well, I always took one after meals, so I'm pretty sure all my friends knew about it. But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. And what time was your lunch? On the day of the incident, what did you do for lunch? Huh? What does that have to do with anything? You can never be too sure. I always eat with Dolly, just the 2 of us. Dolly's homemade lunches are just the greatest. Her mini omelets are magically delicious. Youch! Why did you punch me in the jaw? Oh, I'm so sorry. I just felt like hurting someone all of a sudden. What the fuck is this? Well, why is Mia being violent to Grossberg? Is she, like, jealous? I don't know. I can't seem to find any contradictions. The boy isn't exactly what I'd call a natural-born liar, you know. But still, we can't have him continue to spout nonsense. I know, but what can I do? Well, I'm certain he must still be hiding something. Information. Right now, it's information we need more than anything else. Okay, so, I think that's saying is... I believe there was one line of dialogue where I had another choice to ask him something. I told you the cold is mutating. Hold it! Well done. Okay, before we asked him about the meeting, now the pharmacology department. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about the pharmacology department. Oh, okay, sure. I don't know all that much, though. A little bit earlier in your testimony, you said something interesting. You said the department uses strange mechanisms that run on high-voltage electricity. That's right, and they sure do look dangerous. They use non-standard voltages, so there are high-voltage cables everywhere. High-voltage cables? Yeah, there are electrical poles set up all around the building. The high-voltage cables run overhead around the roof. Finally, I think we're getting somewhere. It's making Mia violent. The cold is what's making Mia freak out. That's not good. I think that's enough for now. So the defendant and the victim met at approximately the time of his death, and then the defendant returned to the scene for some unknown reason. I'm not entirely convinced by his explanation about the medicine bottle either. Let me be frank here, Mr. Wright. Your testimony cannot be trusted. What do you mean? Heh. I knew it was too much work for a little girl. Payne, shut up. Literally, you haven't done anything. It's worth it would run you off the road. However, there is one mystery that still remains. There is, Your Honor? How the murder was carried out, of course. Just how was the victim electrocuted? I don't believe the murder weapon has been produced yet, correct? Well, that is, You are correct, Your Honor. Huh. So, how exactly was Mr. Swallow killed? If I could somehow establish how it was done, maybe I could still come out of this mess smelling like a rose. Yeah, I can. Your Honor! Yes, Miss Faye? I believe that if we were to piece together everything we've heard until now, we should be able to solve the mystery of how Mr. Swallow died. Dang, mischievous smirk. She's locked in. She's being real. That would be most impressive. Heh. Quite the brass statement coming from a rookie. But even a beginner like you must understand the basic rules of the court, yes? An attorney must be able to substantiate their argument with evidence. Of course I know that. Actually, I had totally forgotten about that. Now then, Miss Faye, let me see what you've got. Show me how you believe the victim was electrocuted. It was... Is it this one? Yeah, it's the power pole right here. As for the cause of death, I'd say this picture captures it quite well. What? But there is nothing that even remotely resembles a murder weapon here. Judge, you're so stupid. Judge, you're so stupid. Judge, you're so dumb that your brain, if we flew a tiny little airplane inside your ear, it would be able to make it to the other ear without running into your brain, because it's not there. I'm afraid the defense is going to have to explain this in a bit more detail. Sure. Miss Faye, where exactly in this photo is the murder weapon? The umbrella... Your Honor, it was the umbrella. No. This. Well, naturally, it's right here. That's... What is that? A severed electrical cable, I believe, Your Honor. Remember the testimony we've heard. The machines the pharmacology students use in their experiments require high voltage. And because of that, there are special high voltage cables strung up everywhere. So then, the high voltage cable... Yes, the high voltage cable is the cause of death. That is the most likely explanation. Man, okay. This is something I need to ask because it's seriously annoying. Will we ever have, like, a case that's, like, an accident, like, a death that truly wasn't, like, caused by anyone? Like, let's say right now, high voltage cable, yes, it killed him. And it's like, did Phoenix cause it? No. Oh, what was the cause? Oh, the voltage cable just snapped on its own and Phoenix got unlucky and that guy died. Like, would the court in their dumb, stupid reasoning just be like, well, we need to arrest someone. Throw Phoenix right in there. Okay. That certainly sounds plausible. Well, Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this? Well, I believe some praise is in order. Don't toy with me, old man. Now, the victim's cause of death may indeed have been a high-voltage cable. However, I want you to think about what that really implies. The only one who had the opportunity to use the cable as a murder weapon was... the defendant. How? Achoo! That much is certainly true. Yes, and that's not all. We have proof. Irrefutable proof that will establish that Mr. Wright was the murderer. You do? Well, what is it? His fingerprints. Fingerprints? You mean that the defendant's fingerprints were on something besides the medicine bottle? Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, the victim is wearing a leather jacket. And as you may know, leather holds fingerprints quite well. You mean... Yes, it was quite clearly imprinted on the chest area of the victim's jacket. The palm print of the defendant's very own hand. What? I can only think of one way Mr. Wright could have left a print like that. Intent on murder, he squarely pushed the victim towards a severed electrical cable. Order. That's enough. I think we can conclude that there is no reason to continue with this cross-examination. Stick a fork in us, we're done. Mr. Grossberg? My hemorrhoids never lie. The show is over me. Shut up, Grossberg, you suck! You suck! You've sucked since the first game. You suck! I knew that boy was guilty from the first time I saw it. Shut up, Grossberg. Shut up! You're a shitty lawyer. You're a shitty assistant. Get out! No, you're wrong. Mr. Wright is innocent. No further evidence is required to convince me of this man's guilt. And Judge, you're stupid too! Your Honor. At this time, I'm prepared to render a verdict in this case. Do you have something further to add, Miss Faye? Is this what you want, Mr. Wright? You still haven't told us the truth. The whole truth. If you don't say something now, the judge is going to hand down his verdict. But I can't. I just can't say it. If I told you what really happened, then I'd be... It's okay, Mr. Wright. I'm your attorney. You can trust me. Miss Faye. Oh shit, he locked in. No matter what it is you have to say, I believe in you and I'll represent you to the very end.
We've already established the defendant's guilt. There's no further need for him to say anything.
Wait a minute. Mr. Wright, I'll tell you what really happened.
But I've already told you, Mr. Wright. There's no need for further...
I did it. I admit it. I pushed him. It's my fault. My fault that Doug Swallow is dead. That girl. You shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that! Why are you sweating? What you just said, was that the truth? Yes, I was afraid that if I told the truth, everyone would think I was a murderer for sure. Well, as things currently stand, we're all absolutely convinced you are. But please give me one more chance to explain. This time I swear I'll tell the whole truth. It'll be okay, won't it, Miss Faye? I believe in you. Oh, thank you. I still can't believe it. You really did push the victim. Feels like my hemorrhoids are doing the Harlem Shake. The Harlem Shake? What year is this? That guy who's talking bad about Dolly. I lost my temper and gave him a shove. At that moment, I heard some kind of loud noise. A little while after I left, I started to get worried. So I went back, but he was just lying there, dead. Well, the explanation is really quite simple. When you pushed him, Mr. Swallow flew back and touched the electrical cable. He died from the shock, and that, as they say, is that. Simple explanation indeed. At the time of the incident, a light rain had been falling. Wet from the rain, the victim was more easily electrocuted. But when I pushed him, there weren't any electrical cables nearby. If there had been something like that, even I would have noticed. That's true. Even a doofus like him couldn't miss that. Miss Faye? Let me warn you right now that if your cross-examination— Oh my god, shut up! Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, the Honor's been dumb for the last 10 years. If he is innocent, there must be some kind of evidence somewhere that will prove it. That guy who's talking bad about Dolly. So what kinds of things did Mr. Swallow say to you? He said all sorts of terrible things about Dolly. He said that she was a bad girl. Why'd it go high pitched? Do. Is that all? Yup. Well, Miss Faye, you heard him yourself. Oh boy, you're not doing yourself any favors here, Mr. Wright. Please don't make this harder for me than it already is. Anyway, after he said that, I lost my temper. I gave him a shove. Can you tell me about what happened in a little more detail? That guy, he just said what he wanted to say to me. And then he put on the jacket he was holding and started to leave. That's when I lost my temper and flew into a furious frenzy. I just gave him a light, gentle shove to the chest. I mean, a shove is a shove. And when you did that, there was no severed cable anywhere to be seen? Right! There was nothing like that at all. But is it possible that you merely overlooked it? Well, I guess it's possible. What are you doing? Don't let that guy steamroll over you like cheap asphalt. I believe what's important here is the moment the push occurred. Let's continue on with the testimony witness. At that moment, I heard some kind of loud noise. A loud noise? And what would you say that loud noise was, Mr. Wright? I'm not sure, but it was really loud. It was like, snap. You know, come to think of it, I wonder what that was. Heh. Clearly, Your Honor, it was the sound of the victim being electrocuted. You're not qualified to decide that. What should I do? I'm treading on some dangerous ground here. Mr. Wright, that loud noise you heard may be extremely important, so try to remember what it was. How do I put it? It was like a sharp crack. Ah, could it have been... Yes, could it have been? Hurry up and tell us! When I pushed him, he dropped the umbrella he was holding. He fell right on top of it, and it broke. That was probably the noise I heard. An umbrella, huh? And did that umbrella belong to the victim? Yeah, it was a plastic umbrella, cheap and frail, kind of like the owner. Then again, I wish I had any kind of umbrella. I was totally soaked to the bone. Miss Faye? What do you think? Is there something important in that testimony just now? Well, of course it's important. This is it, Mia. The new information you've been waiting for. Of course it's important. No, this cheap umbrella is more than important. It's vital. I want to officially have it entered into the testimony. Ha! How perfectly fitting. Flimsy information for a flimsy lawyer. Shut up, Payne. The court agrees to the defense's request. Witness, please add the bit about the cheap umbrella to your testimony. After I shoved him, he fell down on top of his cheap umbrella. So Mr. Swallow fell on top of his umbrella, and you are certain of this? Yeah, I was right there. It was right there under him. Actually, if it hadn't been under him, I was planning on borrowing it for myself. The umbrella, you mean? Well, yeah. You see, I was wearing the sweater here. Dolly stayed up late for nights at a time knitting it for me. I didn't want the rain to dampen the handmade symbol of her love. My stomach is not to be used as your personal soccer ball, Mia. Now she's kicking his stomach? I'm sorry. Continue on with your testimony, witness. I guess Mia and love is just two things that don't go hand in hand. A while after I left, I started to get worried. After you shoved the victim, did you leave the scene right away? Yes, I did. I admit it. I was furious. You left without even checking Mr. Swallow's condition? Well, yeah. But like I said, I got worried about him later. So I went back, but he was just lying there, dead. At that time, did you see anyone else at the scene of the crime? Nope, nobody. Jeez, could that stupid cough possibly sound any phonier? In that case, it's very hard to believe someone else could have been the murderer. Unless we can find something that shows his innocence from that testimony, my dear. I'm afraid the judge will make his final decision with no remorse whatsoever. Yes, sir. Right now I need more info. Okay. Hold on. So, what was this? He fell on top of his umbrella. Okay. Umbrella there. Okay, no, this photo makes no sense. Hold on, can I save here? Let's do here. Trials and Tribulation. Did he touch you at all? The victim's watch stopped at the time of death. Okay, I'll present it here. Did he, like, lay his hands on you? Never mind. Okay, hold on. He's talking about the dolly. Okay, this just... yeah. You lost your temper, gave him a shove. Okay, he put on his jacket and started to leave. No severed cable. I guess I should hold off on that. Let's see the crime photo here. Wait, so you shoved him on the chest, but he's lying on his face? No. Okay, I guess ignore that. Hold it. Yeah, he fell on top of his umbrella. The umbrella, you mean? Yeah, okay. All those things don't matter that. Okay, this one. Okay. Just lying there dead. Oh, that's a lie. Yeah, because she says, anyone else at the crime? Nope, nobody. I'm starting to think... No, she was there. I'm gonna say she was there. No. Am I stupid? What's going on here? I don't know. Okay. Okay, maybe. I don't know. I need more info. Info that'll help me turn up some contradictions. Okay. 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 Hold on. Back, yeah. Why didn't you testify from the umbrella from the That's it? Just the umbrella? Okay. Come on. If I had mentioned that, I would have been able to counter the prosecution. I would have been able to counter the prosecution's argument earlier.
What do you mean by that?
Take another look at the crime scene photo. According to Mr. Wright, the victim fell on top of his umbrella. Oh, well, I noticed that. Yeah, however, if you look closely, I told you the umbrella killed him. The umbrella is nowhere near the victim. Actually, it's by the electrical pole. Yeah, you're absolutely right. The conclusion here is obvious. After the defendant left, the victim moved from where he fell. In other words, after he was pushed by the defendant, Mr. Swallow was still alive. No! Order! The victim, he moved? Mr. Payne, the umbrella in this photo. Where is it now? Well, it was collected by the police at the crime scene. I want to present it as evidence immediately. Umbrella owned by the victim found broken near the electrical pole at the crime scene.
But the umbrella could have simply been blown there by the wind.
According to the testimony, the victim fell on top of the umbrella. There is simply no way it could have been blown there by the wind.
But
I know this matter of the umbrella seems relatively trivial, but as long as the smallest doubt remains, I cannot render final judgment.
No!
Can we order Edgeworth as evidence immediately? Hell yeah. Dude, if we could order Edgeworth, that'd be awesome. I must say, I still find it hard to believe that a huge hole has been blown in the prosecution's case by the defendant's testimony. Phoenix testimony added to the court record. Well done, Mia. Mr. Payne, what are you chuckling about?
Pardon me, Your Honor. It seems I was expecting too much of a free ride. It was foolish to think I could establish guilt through cross-examination alone.
I'm afraid I don't follow what you're saying. Let me guess, you have another witness.
Exactly. And this witness's testimony will be incontrovertible.
Well, who is this witness? Mr. Dolly Hawthorne. Okay, so the actual killer. You don't mean Dolly.
I do, Your Honor.
The defendant's very own lover is a witness to the whole thing. That's right. She was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. Yep. She's the killer.
I'm sorry to break the bad news to you, my dear.
Ooh, she had that. Bad news. You couldn't be more wrong. Actually, I've been waiting for this.
You can't be serious.
Mia, what do you mean by that? He's using words I never ever heard before. Yeah, he's just trying to sound smart. He's so dumb. I think this is a good point for us to stop. Court will now enter a 20-minute recess. Afterwards, we will listen to the testimony of Miss Dolly Hawthorne. April 11th, 11:52 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3. Miss Faye? I'm sorry about what happened back there. It's alright. At least you told us the truth in the end, Mr. Wright. Yeah. So I guess I can start to relax then, huh? Relax, my boy. You can't be serious after hiding such important facts. But the next witness is my Dolly, right? She'll save me. I just know she will. No, Phoenix, she's evil. Why do you think that? Huh? What do you mean? She's the love of my life. That's why. The love of your life? Huh. Would you mind telling me more about you and Miss Dolly Hawthorne? Sure, no problem. Dolly and I, we first met about 8 months ago right here in this very courthouse. Damn. Actually, I'm studying to be a lawyer on the side. Anyway. Okay, so we were still looking. Also, damn, Phoenix, how'd you pull that? One day, she and I just bumped into each other in the reading room downstairs. That's why I really think it was fate that brought us together. As soon as I first set eyes on her, I knew she was the one for me. Oh, here, take a look at this. She gave this to me on the day we met as a symbol of our love. She had been wearing it around her neck that day, but then she took it off, but before she gave it to me, she said, I want you to carry that. Never mind, Phoenix. Phoenix, she's using you to seal evidence. So she gave it to you as a present. I see. This darling little bottle is filled with memories of my darling little Dolly. It certainly is a little bottle, alright. It makes me so happy. I show it to everyone I meet. I want to share my happiness with the whole world. Dolly's present borrowed from Phoenix Wright. Small bottle necklace given to Wright on the day they met. He shows it to everyone. Anyway. So after that, you and Miss Hawthorne started dating? Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now. What a strange girl, asking for a present back like that. Huh. By the way, Mr. Wright, the day you first met Dolly Hawthorne 8 months ago, it wouldn't have to have been on August 27th, would it? Huh? Yeah, it was, but how did you... This happened on August 27th, right here in this courthouse. What's this, a newspaper clipping? Let's see. Murder in the courthouse. Murder? What are you reading there? Let me see that. Oh, I see. Mia, I think I understand what you're trying to say. And I think I understand why you suddenly took such a keen interest in this case. You believe there is some connection between these two cases, am I correct? I don't know. Let's read the words. I hope you don't... Hold on. Murder in the courthouse. Very little information is being disclosed at this time, since the victim of yesterday's incident in the district courthouse cafeteria is said to have been a lawyer. However, police are questioning a 19-year-old female college student who was sitting with the victim. Okay. Hope you don't mind, Mr. Grossberg. I need to finish this myself. Yes, but I'm afraid what you have will not be enough, my dear. I'll go and have a look in the downstairs reading room and see what else I can find. Thank you. I want to do whatever I can to be of help to you, Mia. Well, looks like recess is about over. We'd better all get moving. I guess so. That recess sure seemed longer than 20 minutes, though. To be continued. This is the moment where we exit tutorial mode? Really? Is this the first game that had, like, an actual recess in the middle of a court case during the tutorial segments? Like, I think with Larry Butts. Wait. What was the first tutorial thing in Justice for All? Shit, I don't remember. Because the first game was Larry Butts. This one is Trial of Phoenix Wright. What was Justice for All? It was... Don't answer me here, I'm trying to think. Was it just a rando guy? No, I remember now. It was Phoenix. Someone tried a doppelganger. No. I remember now. I remember. It was a guy who knocked out Phoenix Wright to try to... Actually, I think it was just a random guy. It was a police girl. It was a police girl, and her husband or fiance died or was killed, and the guy who did it knocked Phoenix in the head to try to get him to not show up to the trial. You know, comparing that one to the first case and this case we're currently on, man, Justice for All, Justice for All really was the king of having trials that are essentially filler. It's like, okay, whatever. When we do the tier list at the very end here, we will be very scathing towards Justice for All. Court will now reconvene. Mr. Payne, please call your witness. This next person is someone who witnessed the crime as it happened. The prosecution calls Miss Dolly Hawthorne to the stand. Dang. Well, what's with this stiff silence? In my long career as a judge, I have been deceived by many witnesses. It's my job to doubt, to take no one at their word. Will you play Edgeworth series? Well, right now I'm planning on, once I play through the whole trilogy here, I'm probably gonna be taking a break from the Phoenix Wright, like, series. Maybe after I would do the Apollo Justice series. But I think I would probably replace this one with a different game. I would need to, like, make a poll or something, because I have a few games in mind, I guess. I think one would be either Resident Evil. Also, this is the moment where the judge and prosecutor is sold to her. I mean, listen, it's my job to doubt, to take no one at their word. But in your case, I must admit that you radiate a glow of complete sincerity. I can't believe he actually said that. Oh, now then, witness. Could you please state your full name? Phoenix, how did you get this? Don't worry, sweetie. There's no need to be nervous. If anyone says anything rude, then you can be sure I'll cut them right down to size. And I will bash them with my gavel. I love how they look straight at me when they say that. Thank you for calming my nerves. You're all so nice. I almost feel right at home. Not at all. It was nothing. If we may move on now, what is your full name and occupation? My name is Dolly Hawthorne. I'm a junior in literature at Ivy University. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. The honor is all mine. No, the honor is all mine. Well, we know whose milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. I have never heard that saying before in my life. Sir? Is there something I can help you with? You just go on and say whatever is on your mind. I'm sure that there must be some kind of mistake. Feeny wouldn't kill anyone. I just know it. Yes. I can see why you'd say that. She's going to be a tough witness, alright? It only took her 12 seconds to wrap them all around her little fingers. Now then, please proceed with your testimony. Let's hear what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you please. What I witnessed. I had been planning to go back to Feeney's place after class was over. Feeney and Dogi, they were talking behind the building. Then suddenly, Dogi got all wobbly and just collapsed. That's when Feeney noticed that I was there. I went to go and find some other students, and they called the authorities. I don't know what to say. According to you, Miss Hawthorne, the defendant didn't do anything wrong.
Young lady, as old as I am, even I recall how hot the flames of young passion can burn. Nevertheless, it is my job to discover the truth. Please, tell us the truth.
But I would never. That's more than enough, witness. I won't allow this to continue. What do you mean by that? Please, just let me proceed with my cross-examination, Your Honor. I, for one, don't plan to win my case on a bunch of paper-thin lies. Teehee, you haven't changed a bit, Mia Fey. Huh?
What's this? So, you two are acquainted?
Yes, we've met before, once. In any case, Miss Fey, the floor is all yours. It's good to see you again, Madam Fey.
Madam? I'm no one's grandma yet, girly.
Huh. What I witnessed. I had been planning to go back to Phoenix place after class was over. Now, unless I'm mistaken, Mr. Wright is in the art department. If that's the case, then what were you doing by the pharmacology building? Well, I'm in the literature department. I'm studying Japanese Seiryu poetry. This is a perfect moment to fail the cross-examination and have a not guilty, but we have a very professional judge. I mean, at this point, like, the judge would believe it. He's already sold on, like, Dahlia, so, like, if she said it's not it, I don't know. The judge is very stupid. Oh ho ho, how wonderful. It's that humorous, yet satirical style of haiku, yes. Nothing left to do. When a man reaches this age, sleep is his best friend. That's supposed to be poetry? Sounds more like a midlife crisis. For me to get to the art department, I have to walk through that back area. Ah, yes, I see. That makes sense. When I want to enter the courthouse, I always walk through the front doors. How else would you enter? Teleportation? I don't know. Feeney and Dogi, they were talking behind the building. So who is this Dogi person? Oh, I'm sorry. Doug Swallow. We were dating until about 8 months ago. So what were Mr. Swallow and Mr. Wright talking about anyway? How can you be so mean? I would never eavesdrop. I wasn't raised to be so rude and unrefined.
That's right, Miss Fey.
Don't drag the witness down to your level. Why am I being demonized here? Please, go on. What did you see next? Then suddenly, Dogi got all wobbly and just collapsed. Are you saying that the victim just collapsed on his own? Yes. In other words, the defendant never touched the victim. Is that right? I was watching the whole time. Feeney never did a thing to Dogi. If I press her for no good reasons, I just know the judge will get angry with me. So what should I do about her testimony just now? I mean, we know that's a lie, but I feel like that's almost too obvious of a lie. Why not? Feeble lies are not very becoming, Miss Hawthorne, so let's just drop them, shall we? What? I would never.
Miss Fey, I will not allow you to badger this witness.
Okay.
I believe the defense is engaged in a fishing expedition. That is her. She has no supporting... Please don't glare at me like that. I'm just doing my job.
Now then, Miss Hawthorne. The defendant's palm prints was found on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. It has already been shown that Mr. Wright did, in fact, push the victim. What? There's no need to try to cover for the defendant. It would be much better if you came out and told us the whole truth. There's nothing to worry about, young lady. Just tell us everything that you saw. Yes, Your Honor. I will. If you don't mind, I'd like to revise my testimony. Looks like we're finally getting somewhere. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Stickguy. You didn't see it? Well, I saw the moment when Stickguy fell to the ground, and at that time there was only two of them at the scene. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and the victim, Doug Swallow. Yes, that's right. It didn't look like they were fighting, and I didn't hear anything unusual either. So then, what did it look like they were doing to you? I thought they were having a nice friendly afternoon conversation. Oh, give me a break. That's why I really wasn't watching them all that closely. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all? No, nothing at all, Mr. Judge. Oh, I like the sound of that, Mr. Judge. Now then, please proceed with your testimony. This will be a long first case. Yeah, I imagine. The fact that it had a to be continue in the middle tells me it's gonna be a bit. I went to go and find some other students and they called the authorities. When you say students, do you mean students from the pharmacology department? Yes, they're all very fond of their drugs. Please try to stay on topic. So to find some pharmacology students, you went to the labs, correct? That's what I was planning to do, but in the end, I wound up not going. A group of about 10 research students came running out of the building entrance. Somehow, they all seemed to know what was going on. The students knew what was going on? But how could the students have known what was going on? Well, I don't know for sure that they knew what had happened. It's just, they all seemed kind of excited about something. Doesn't look like I'm going to get any more information or any more info about the students.
So did the students call the police?
Yes, I was just so... I was so panicked. Yes, well, anyone would have been, my dear. That girl, she's telling a super obvious lie, and she knows it. I wonder how they can always write 4-hour... I always wonder how they can always write 4-hour average worth of case playtime. Yeah, I noticed. I feel like a case is, on average, 4 hours. I'm assuming this one will be 2, though, because it's a tutorial. I don't know. It's kind of interesting, reading it out loud as well. Like, it always does go to about 4 hours. She's just pretending to protect Mr. Wright. Yes, that's gotta be it. Way to go, Mia. Okay, that means I'm going to have to dig deep to find the contradictions on this one. Okay. Okay, hold on. You didn't see them do that? Really? Hold on. But isn't that your umbrella? Wait, is it your umbrella that's in the photo? No. Hold on, let me see. You didn't see it? Well, I saw the moment when Dougie fell on the ground. Hold on. Let me save, because I'm thinking of presenting the picture here. Not this one. The other one. Yeah. No, never mind. Okay. Let's not present anything without thinking here. Okay. I had been planning to go back to the place after class was over. Yeah. Well, okay. Oh yeah, this is just saying why you were there. You're doing literature stuff. Joke. They were talking behind the building. Okay. Let's see. Okay, no. I don't know if I have evidence. Oh wait, do I have Phoenix transcript? Or Phoenix testimony? I didn't hear anything unusual either? Uh-huh. You say you didn't hear anything unusual? Is that correct? Yes, that's why I was very relaxed, looking at the scenery around me. That's nice, but I find that just a little odd. I have here the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Phoenix Wright, and he clearly testified to the effect that when he pushed the victim, he heard a sharp, loud noise. He said that? If you were really that close to the two of them, why didn't you hear this noise as well? Hi.
Well, maybe the noise just wasn't all that memorable?
But according to Mr. Wright's testimony, it was a sharp voice like a snap. There was no way a noise like that could fail to make an impression.
Ah!
May I have a moment to answer? But by all means. I know the reason why I didn't hear the noise. She's using her magic powers! You see, the truth is, I had my headphones on, and I was listening to music at the time. Headphones? You mean that both your ears were covered? The rain was just beginning to let up. But it seemed as though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet. So the sky continued to flash and rumble. Thunder or lightning, huh? No, Phoenix said it was lightly raining. Yes, I'm afraid of the sound of thunder. So I put my headphones on to block it out. Heh. Well, Your Honor. As you could see, there weren't any No. You're lying. But you're wrong, Payne. Wait a second. Mia, that testimony just now. She said something that could totally change this whole case. Yeah, no, there was lightning. There wasn't any lightning. Your Honor, there is a problem with the witness's testimony. What do you mean? Didn't you notice? She said that there was a lightning, correct? Yes. What about it? Well, lightning is actually a large discharge of electric... Yeah? No, Mia. Wait, now it's not the time for a science lesson, Miss Faye. Yes, Your Honor. Anyway, since the cause of death was electrocution, isn't it possible that the victim died from being hit by a bolt of lightning? Oh, ah! I must admit that the thought had not occurred to me. What? This was not the argument I was going to present at all. Just what kind of thoughts do occur to this guy anyway? This entire case is built on the premise that Mr. Doug Swallow was murdered. But that very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believes that Mr. Swallow was, in fact, the victim of a stray bolt. Huh. It appears the defense may be onto something. Could it be that the death was actually accidental? Alright, you did it, Mia. No way. I'll be taking that not guilty. No, there's no way. I'm hurt that you have such a low opinion of me, Miss Faye. Huh? I'm not a fool, you know. The prosecution has done its research, Your Honor. We found that there were no lightning strikes on the day at that location. Oh, really? Well, that doesn't help the testimony that a certain witness just gave. What? What's more, we have evidence that the electric cable is definitely linked to this case. Evidence, Mr. Payne? Well, what is this evidence? This Aphrodite. Well, who is this Aphrodite from? The pharmacology student who were conducting experiments in their lab that day. Allow me to read out the testimony of the pharmacology students. All equipment in the lab had lost power all of a sudden at around 3 p.m. that day. Was it a blackout? All of the lab's equipment run on high voltage, Your Honor. So you're saying the equipment lost power because... Precisely. Okay. So they lost power because of the severed electrical cable. The power outage occurred at approximately 3 p.m. which fits with the time of death listed in the autopsy report.
Exactly. In other words, the victim died as a result of touching the severed electrical cable. According to the students, the cables were very old. They were planning on having them replaced in the near future.
I see.
Apparently, the cables had become so brittle that even the smallest bump would have caused them to break.
Okay. However, there is one thing that troubles me. If the cable could have been broken by any small bump, then it wouldn't have been snapped if it hadn't been bumped into, correct? Well, I suppose. Thank you very much, Brad, Brad Pete69 for the follow. Appreciate it. Huh, I thought you already did follow. Never mind. Thank you very much, though. Miss Faye, do you have any thought regarding the cause of the severed cable? Your Honor. I don't like how this is looking one bit. I have to come up with something to try to regain some momentum. It was the Mandela effect? I believe it. If it pleases the court, the defense would like to state its opinion. Well then, let's hear it. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break? I mean, I could just do a wild accusation here and accuse her, but I feel like there's no reason for me to assume it was her. What caused the cable to break? Impacts on 4-9. What if it was the umbrella? Well, actually... Fuck it. Wrong. But let me do a second save here. Just so I can redo it. The umbrella, I believe that is the only thing that has snapped. I believe the only thing that has snapped is the mind of the defense. That was one of your best lines yet, Your Honor. Ouch, that was harsh. Okay, wait, is this one of those infinite retry things? Well, at least we know now it was not her. Was it the umbrella? Maybe? No. Okay. Well then, let's hear it. Who or what caused the cable to break? Well, the cable breaks from a bump. Where's the location of the cable? Okay, the cable's up here, right? Is my mouse being picked up? Okay. Cable here. This seems really high up. I don't understand what would have bumped into it. There's the umbrella. There's the man. Oh. Could it have been the cold killer? No? Huh. Do you guys have any ideas what it could be? Huh. I'm not quite sure. Maybe... Okay, hold on. Well then, let's hear it. What... Why would I... Oh boy. Phoenix? Was it Phoenix? I don't know. What? Oh wait, what did Phoenix say? Well, Phoenix did say that he moved. Your Honor, please think back to Mr. Wright's testimony. The defendant's testimony? He said that after he pushed the victim, he heard a loud, sharp noise. Now, this happened at around 3 p.m., correct? Yes, that sounds right. Wait, are you saying that the lab equipment lost power at 2:55 p.m., which fits right in Mr. Wright's timeline? In other words, it was Mr. Wright's shove that caused the power outage.
Yes, the prosecution also came to that same conclusion. And it was that very shove that caused Mr. Swallow to be electrocuted.
I'm afraid I can't agree with you there, Mr. Payne.
Well, what's that supposed to mean?
Take a good look at where the victim landed after being shoved. See the umbrella? It's by the electrical pole. That's right. The victim banged into that pole as a result of being pushed. It was that impact that caused the cable to break. Well, that makes sense. And then the victim was electrocuted. No. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but no, it doesn't make any sense at all. It doesn't make sense at all. If the victim was shoved into the far pole, then he couldn't have been electrocuted by the severed cable in the foreground here. Ah! In other words, someone other than my client must have electrocuted the victim. Order in the court. Ah, the lamentations of my enemy. How I've longed to hear them. She adapted to the nerves. It's true. The defense is absolutely correct. There doesn't seem to be any way the defendant could have... Mr. Judge, sir? May I say something? She's casting her genjutsu! Don't look at her! Her eyes! They're evil! The Madame Attorney's explanation. She said some things that are a little different than I remember them. What the... Please, just once more. May I please testify one last time? Please, Mr. Judge? Of course, it's alright. Just go right ahead and give your new testimony. This is it. She finally started to show her true colors. Huh. What I witnessed part 2. The truth is, Phoebe pushed him twice. The first time was into the electric pole, that's when the cable broke, then Dogi tried his best to run away from him, but Phoebe caught up and crashed into him from behind. The cable snapping, and Dogi being electrocuted, it all occurred in less than a minute. There's no last time with her. So after being shoved, the victim got up and tried to run away? And that is when the defendant pushed him for the second time. I'm so sorry, Phoebe, but I just have to tell the truth. Am I doing the right thing? Am I, Mr. Judge? Of course you are, my dear. As painful as it may seem, you are. Now then, Miss Fay, you may proceed with your cross-examination. Evil lady. I know what you are. The truth is, Phoebe pushed him twice. Dahlia did nothing wrong. No! Not you too, Rillin. Miss Hawthorne, previously in your testimony you said the following. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dogi. I know. I'm sorry. I just wanted to protect Phoebe. So that's why you basically lied to the court? I was a bad girl, you know. I know. Mr. Judge? Yes? Would you please forgive little me? Of course he won't. What? What? It was just a little... What? Judge, that was perjury! Well, forget it this time, but please be more careful from now on, alright? Judge, what the fuck? Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Judge. Not at all. Ho ho ho. The judge had better be more careful himself. A dark alley is friendlier than that girl. The first time What? Wait, beware, Your Honor? I got an achievement. Press Dolly's claim that Phoebe pushed him twice? I got an achievement for that. Huh. The first time was into the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke. You're saying you actually saw the victim get pushed into the electric pole? I know he doesn't look it, but Phoebe can be a bit of an imp when he wants to be. How jolly. Oh, really? But I never imagined that he would cause an electrical cable to break. Phoebe really is scary when he gets mad. Yes, he sounds like a very dangerous individual indeed. Wait, is this like the origins for why the judge doesn't fuck with Phoenix? Because of this? He's like, very dangerous. 7 years from now, I will assume that Phoenix Wright might hire an assassin to kill me. Then Dogi tried his best to run away from him. So let me get this straight. You were happily listening to music on your headphone while you watched this scene unfold. I was gonna say, lol, this is like the reason The judge hates him. He became convinced Phoenix wanted to kill him. Yeah. Phoenix is evil. Or, in the judge's eyes, Phoenix has never been good. Alright. You were happily listening to music on your headphone while you watched the scene unfold? Miss Faye, I'll have to ask you to stop badgering the witness. I wasn't happy. I was so scared that I couldn't even move. All I could do was stand there and cheer them on. Cheer them on? Cheer them on? What do you mean by that? Well, I wish the best for them both, and that they would each give the fight their all. That's very sweet of you to be so supportive. And what happened after that? How does that even make sense? That doesn't sound quite right. There were handprints found on the chest of the victim's leather jacket. Mr. Payne, were there also prints found on the back of his leather jacket? No, there weren't. Madam Faye, may I suggest that you listen a little more carefully? I said that he crashed into him from behind, right? My Feeny wouldn't leave any prints behind in that case, would he? Okay. The cable snapping and Dogi being electrocuted. It all occurred in less than a minute? Did you actually witness the moment the victim was electrocuted? I'm sorry, I didn't actually see it. I turned my eyes away. That's understandable. Yes, indeed. It would have been a horrific sight for anyone to behold. If I don't figure out the contradiction here, it's all over. She didn't have much time to come up with her lies, so this is my best chance. Hole in her testimony. I mean, maybe... Hold on. Maybe... Less than a minute? What was it? The old power cable broke due to some... Wait, the power cable broke at 2:55. Wait, but when did... He died at 3, right? Yeah, no. Less than a minute. That's enough, witness. I'm afraid I don't understand. You will in a minute. Could you please take a look at this picture? Oh, that medicine. That's the one Feeny likes to take for his cold. It's not the medicine I want you to look at. It's the wristwatch. It stopped at the precise time the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3:05 p.m. Yes, and your point is, Miss Faye? My point is this. What time was it when the lab suffered that power outage due to the cable snapping? Well, according to the student's testimony, the answer is clear. It was 2:55 p.m. Yow! Would you care to explain to the court, Miss Dolly Hawthorne, what exactly happened during this 10-minute interval? The defense proposes that it was during this interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Doug Swallow. Order in the court. That is nonsense. The real murderer. Even you can't deny that the time between the cable breaking and the electrocution are completely unaccounted for. And then who was it? Who else are you saying could have done it? There's only one person who could have murdered Mr. Swallow. Only after my client had left the scene. Was there a window of opportunity for the real killer? Miss Faye, is the defense ready to indict someone as this real killer? It's finally time. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Yes, Your Honor, we are ready. Very well, but remember, if you accuse the wrong person, you will be penalized. I'm aware, Your Honor. I think I already know who this is. Think very carefully before you speak, Miss Faye. Now then, Miss Faye, let's have it. Who is the real killer? It's none other than Winston Payne. No, it's Dolly Hawthorne. It can only have been you, Dahlia Hawthorne. What? How can you? That defense is grasping at straws. 10 minutes passed between the time the cable broke and the time of the electrocution. What exactly were you doing during that whole time, Miss Hawthorne? Oh my god. Were you really listening to some music while cheering them both on as they fought? I find it hard to believe that you didn't lift a finger to stop the men dearest to you. Order, Miss Fay. What? I mean, why, that is to say... Miss Hawthorne, I believe you did witness the two men fighting on that day. However, after Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left the scene, it was you who pushed Mr. Swallow to his death by your very own hands. Ah! Deep breaths. How can you say something so mean, Madam Fay? I didn't do anything. Breathe before I pass out. Miss Fay, this is very serious. Oh my god. Hold it! Phoenix? Your Honor, please, I have something I want to say. You? What is it? Please strike everything the defense said just now from the record. What the? Are you daft? You're totally wrong, Miss Fay. Dolly, she couldn't do something like that. Oh my god, what is... Everything's happening so fast. Mr. Wright, get back in your seat. Bailiff, grab that man. Ah, choo-a-choo. Leave my dolly alone. Wow. That boy. He's gotten himself in way over his head. Oh, Mr. Grossberg, you're back. It seems I've arrived just in the nick of time. Simp? I found the police report on the incident in your newspaper clipping. Nah, listen. Phoenix Wright found one of them crazy in the head type folk. Police report added to the court record. A report on the incident 8 months ago. Thank you so much. This is exactly what I've been hoping for. Location, District Court Cafeteria. Date time, August 27th. Victim, Diego Amato. Occupation, lawyer. Suspect, Dahlia Hawthorne. Amato ingested poison while interviewing the suspect regarding another case. Traces of poison were found in the victim's coffee cup, and no poison was found in the vicinity or on the suspect person. It is unclear that the poison entered the victim's coffee. Okay. Interesting. You'd better take a good look at it. It, details how you came to lose your boyfriend. Ah. Now then, the defense has made a very serious accusation. Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about that? My Goatberg? He is not a goat, Rulin. I hate him. I hate him so much. He is literally, he sucks. Grossberg sucks as a lawyer. He sucks as an assistant. He screws Mia over later. Like, he is not good. Well, really, Your Honor, I. May I interrupt you for just a situation well in hand? That is, accusing me of killing my sweet doggy? Yes, I am. Not only am I saying you murdered Doug Swallow, but you also tried to pin the whole thing on your current lover, Phoenix Wright. I told you that you should let me handle this. Sorry, but please go ahead. How can you say that? I'm absolutely devoted to my dear Feeny. The notion that I would try to frame him is ludicrous. This is all just too much for poor little me to bear. I believe the girl's trying to ask what on earth her motive would be. The answer to that lies somewhere in this police report. It must. 8 months ago, an incident occurred in the basement cafeteria of this building. And then, that same day, the two of them accidentally met. Your Honor, the defense requests further testimony from Miss Dolly Hawthorne. Further testimony? What about? About the events of the day when she first met the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What could that possibly have to do with this case?
The witness claims that she has no reason to frame the defendant. Am I correct? Well, I have evidence that suggests that she, in fact, had a very good reason. Very well then. The court grants the defense's request. Young lady, would you mind staying on for just a bit longer? Of course not, Mr. Judge. Get ready for the battle of your life, Dolly Hawthorne. Oh boy. How I met my Feeny. I first met my darling Feeny 8 months ago. Whoa, music. Oh boy. Okay. I actually do need to breathe. I first met my darling Phoenix 8 months ago. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement reading room. The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. We've been going out ever since that fateful day. We're so lovey-wovey, we literally make people sick. It's just jealousy, I think. Oh, that's Phoenix talking. This game has the best music. This music is going hard. Mr. Wright, do that again and you will be held in contempt of court. And now we enter the final act of our little drama. As we used to say in the days of my youth, go get her. Now I met my Phoenix. Okay. Ooh. We're bopping our heads to this one. First met my darling Phoenix 8 months ago. So until that time, you had been dating Doug Swallow? Yes, I'm a real fool, you know. Letting my emotions change so quickly, I'm ashamed of myself. No, not at all. Look at me. I'm infamous for changing my mind. Yeah, I know, Judge Dumbass. My critics have even taken to calling me Judge Fickle. Ho ho ho. Stop doing the fucking ho ho ho. You are not an Instagram reel. Ho ho ho. Maybe you should look for a different line of work. He won't, Mia. Despite that, however, he always hands down the correct verdict. That's why some people also call him the Great Judgini. Dude, wait, this music is going hard. Damn. What a great judge, so jolly. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement reading room. The courtroom reading room? The courthouse reading room? That's a strange place to meet the love of your life. That's not true, Madam Faye. After all, Phoenix was not only an art student, but he was also planning on becoming a lawyer. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about you, Miss Hawthorne. We're already around 2 hours of case. That is true. What was a literature student like you doing in a courthouse reading room?
This line of questioning is a waste of time. It has nothing to do with our murder case.
Miss Faye, I'm warning you. If this has nothing to do with Mr. Swallow's case, I have to remember the judge is on Dolly's side. Don't keep pressing. Fuck the judge. Your Honor, if you'll allow me some latitude, I think I can establish relevance. Please ask her to continue on with her testimony. Very well. Young lady, I've got a simple question for you. What were you doing downstairs in the courthouse reading room? If you please, Your Honor, the answer is simply this. I had come to this courthouse to do some research for a paper I was writing. You were writing a paper? On what? On the relationship between modern Senryu poetry and the criminal underworld. Oh ho 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 ho! That sounds like a fascinating research idea. Am I getting old? Now I've even forgotten what I've forgotten. Again with the midlife crisis stuff? Mia, why did that girl really come to the courthouse? Isn't that what you wanted to know? And speaking of forgetting things, you haven't forgotten the police report, have you? I haven't, Grossberg. Stop looking at me like that. Yes, I know, I read it. The moment our eyes met, I know that I need to use this presentation here on this one, but I want to go through all the dialogue. Also, it's an excuse to hear this. Blood is not Santa. So, what is it about Mr. Wright that made your heart malfunction like that? In my personal opinion, he just looks like a typical snotty-nosed college brat. Perhaps to a woman your age, but to me, Phoenix is handsome. Perhaps to you, Miss Hawthorne, but to the rest of the planet, he's a dime a dozen. Damn! Why are we... What the fuck, Mia? Love is a mysterious thing, and I object to this line of questioning. If you were to look at my wife, for example, you might all be shocked. What the fuck? What does that mean? What is his wife? He's telling the truth? It was truly shocked. What the fuck? What do you mean? Beautiful mushroom growing tall into darkness, it comes from cow dung. That's a poem that best describes how I feel about my Phoenix. What? Who is his wife? We've been going out ever since that fateful day. Were there any bad feelings between you and Mr. Swallow? No, none at all. We parted on very good terms. But that can't be. Our investigation also shows that it was a clean breakup. Huh. Are you sure? Yes, it seems that they both wanted it that way. So the victim wanted to break up with her. Huh. No, 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 no. It is not the clown. We do not speak such evils into this world. Oh, wait, unless you're talking about the clown with the big, or balloon tits or whatever from the later games. Press further. Sure. I'll press further. So you're saying that Mr. Swallow also wanted to break up with you? Well, you see. What a cruel thing to ask a lovely young lady like this. By the way, I've never once considered leaving my wife. What the shut the fuck up, Payne, what are you talking about? No one cares, Mr. Payne. Yeah, she didn't deny it. That must mean Doug Swallow must have seen through her little acts. He must have gotten a glimpse of her true nature. Okay, listen to me, Mia. That woman has the judge in the palm of her hand, you see. So the only way to discredit her is finding a Yeah, I know. Let's go. Wrong. Miss Hawthorne, you weren't here because of your research paper, were you? Didn't you actually come here for a much more important reason? What is the meaning of that cocky smile on your face, Miss Faye? 8 months ago, right here on this very courthouse, there was another tragedy. Oh my god, gotta burp. Excuse me. Another tragedy? Do you mean the incident in which an attorney was poisoned? She knows. The name of the suspect in that incident is listed here in this report. And that name is Dolly Hawthorne. What? Dolly Hawthorne? Yes, the sweetie pie of everyone's eyes, Miss Dolly Hawthorne. She was the prime suspect in a criminal case just 8 months ago. Order. This is unbelievable. It's true then. The loveliest rose can hide the thorn or something. Miss Faye, that's not fair. You can't slander my witness with an unrelated case. I, Winston Payne, will not... Mr. Prosecutor, I believe I was speaking. Pardon me. Go right ahead. It's true that about 8 months ago, the police expressed some interest in me. Expressed some interest, huh? Mr. Judge, sir, I know I'm under oath, so I'll tell you the absolute truth. I did not commit the crime that occurred during that incident 8 months ago. I see. Okay, I've tied the two crimes together. Now I've just got to stay on the offensive. Well done, Mia. Oh, you've really lit a fire in my heart and my buttocks. I can hardly tell which is more inflamed, my spirit or my hemorrhoids. And his mustache twitched as he said that. Witness testimony. The poisoning. I met the lawyer who was poisoned and discussed something in the cafeteria that day. I left my seat for just a moment and that's when it happened. From what I heard, it was a liquid poison that is lethal at just 2 teaspoons. Not only that, but it was a very special kind of poison. Oh my god. I'm doing the pog face right now. I know, I understand, I know. I've connected the dots. You wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that? Well, you happen to have a boyfriend at the time who was he was studying as a pharmacologist. Or pharmacology. Therefore, you wouldn't be able to get it from there. So that's what happened here 8 months ago. However, yeah. No, let me get to it. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Payne, but I'm afraid the defense has many more tricks up its sleeve today, and I'll be sure to show them to you before the end of this cross-examination. Ah! What the? Why does the defense suddenly feel stronger? Aha! Mia, you're glowing with a true lawyer aura, my dear. That proud posture and self-confidence. Absolutely smashing. The poisoning. No. No. Oh, you wouldn't even know where to get that poison, huh? Oh my god. It's the present. The poison is contained in here. Okay, where to get a poison like that? You could have gotten the poison from your boyfriend. Where did you contain the poison? In that vial. You wouldn't know how to get that kind of poison? I don't believe you. What? In fact, you had easy access to that kind of poison, didn't you? At your boyfriend's lab. Boyfriend? You mean the victim, Doug Swallow? That's right. Up until 8 months ago, Miss Hawthorne was dating Mr. Swallow. And if you'll recall, Mr. Swallow was a pharmacology student at Ivy University. Pharmacology? His laboratory contained highly advanced chemistry equipment. In fact, without such equipment, the culprit could never have attained such a rare and special poison. Well, Miss Hawthorne, it seems you had access to such a poison after all, and then it was a matter of slipping it into the victim's coffee when he wasn't looking. The only person who could have done that was the one sitting at his very table, you. No! Order! Could it be?
That's nothing but a basis acting.
May I say something, Madam Faye? What is it, Miss Hawthorne? The amount of poison in the coffee was 2 teaspoons, correct? In order to carry that much liquid, you would need some kind of container. Well, yes, that's true. I was searching immediately after the incident took place.
Quite true. In fact, the entire courthouse was turned upside down.
But they didn't find a suspicious container anywhere, did they? She's right. They even mentioned that in the report. Well, you could easily have gotten rid of something that small. Excuse me, madam, but this is a court of law. If you're saying I threw the poison container away, I think you'll need to show some kind of proof. Proof? She got me good with that. Provide some evidence or I'll have to disallow this line of questioning, Miss Faye. Unless we can come up with some evidence, we're going to lose this lead. The police conducted a full-body search of Dolly in the entire courthouse, and yet the container holding the poison disappeared right after the crime occurred. If you're going to accuse a young lady of committing the murder, then where is the container the poison was carried in? What happened to it? It's right here. You were forced to get rid of the container in a hurry, weren't you? And that's why you passed it on to someone that had nothing to do with the case. Someone that you knew wouldn't be searched. But who is this person? Mr. Phoenix Wright, of course.
So the defendant was this witness's accomplice?
Of course not. She gave the poison to him, disguised as a present.
What? But that's...
That's a charming little necklace. Is this a little bottle? It's really quite cute. So what about it? What does it mean, Miss Faye? The day that the witness met and fell for Mr. Phoenix Wright was 8 months ago. August 27th, the very same day as the poisoning incident. Under the pretense of love, the witness gave my client a present. All for the purpose of hiding the one piece of evidence that would give her away. What? Are you saying there's a deadly poison in here? No, there's no longer any poison in that bottle. However, I'm certain if the crime lab were to analyze it, they would find a trace amount. Oh, Phoenix, dude, poor Phoenix, his heart got toyed with. Though I was gonna say, I feel like it's a bit odd for someone to, you know, confess their love by giving I don't know. It's just like, oh, I never met or talked to her before, but she gave me this present. And she keeps asking for it back.
No! Ah!
Oh, order in the court. Phoenix, on behalf of Dolly, I object.
Mr. Wright, control yourself.
I won't let you bully her like this. Mr. Wright, I thought I told you to stay in your seat. Mr. Wright, why? Why are you going through so much trouble to protect her? Why? Hold on, he's locking in. He's mewing. He's locking in. He's hitting that lock-in pose right here. But because I'm madly in love with her. Madly in love. I haven't heard anyone say that in a long time. Mr. Wright, have you ever thought about this? Why exactly would a woman like Dolly Hawthorne want to date you anyway? Well, I guess she must be madly in love with me too? Mr. Wright, please, open your eyes. At this point in the trial, I think it should be obvious to everyone. The real reason that Dolly Hawthorne is dating you is because of that necklace. Dolly Hawthorne was not and is not madly in love with you. The only thing she's after is that bottle necklace you love to wear around your neck. My necklace? Back there in the waiting room. You said it yourself. Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now. What a strange girl, asking for a present back like that. For Dolly Hawthorne, that necklace is irrefutable evidence of her crime. That's why she absolutely had to get it back. You're lying. But you never gave it back to her. And to make things worse for her, you insisted on showing it to everyone you met. That's why she... I don't believe you. No! That's a lie! No! Eek! Mia, are you alright? Ah, the defendant. He's getting away! Bailiff, hurry after him! What happened to Mia? Mia, are you alright? Yes, I think so. That boy, he went completely insane! Where's Mr. Wright? It looks like the bailiff caught him, so he should be back soon enough. Thank goodness. What happened to Mia? Oh no! What is it? The bottle necklace. Miss Hawthorne's present. It's gone! What? That's terrible! Mr. Wright must have grabbed it when he slammed into me. Foolish boy. That's the only thing that could have saved him. What in the blazes are we supposed to do now? Mr. Wright, this sort of behavior is unprecedented in the history of this court. I'm sorry.
I'm afraid that your apology is not enough.
Mr. Wright, what did you do with the bottle necklace? Forgive me, I'm sorry. It's okay, just give back the necklace. I ate it. You what? You did what? You ate it? What? The goat! It was too big to swallow, so I had to chew it into little bits first, but yeah. Ugh. Ah! What? What is he doing now? He's dying! He's poisoned himself! Your Honor! You've got to stop the trial! Mr. Wright, are you feeling okay? Does your stomach hurt? That bottle you swallowed may have some poison left in it! It seems the defendant has proven the prosecution's case for us. Clearly the bottle did not contain a deadly How? How can you be so sure? What? I think that's obvious. As you can see, the defendant is still very much alive. Well, I'm pretty sure it's empty. As for the poison, more like fledgling defense attorney's overreaction. What? So it would seem. No, there must be some mistake. The bottle must not have had any poison left in it. Either that or the poison must have lost its potency. There. It's alright, rookie. Trusting your client is the most noble thing a defense attorney can do. And it's heartwarming to see that you place this much faith in Mr. Wright. But that's how it is for us on the prosecution side too. For example, I would trust a witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life. Which is why I could state that your assessment of her is completely wrong. That's enough. Unfortunately, Miss Faye, I cannot accept your explanation of the events. But why? This may be impossible for a beginner like you to understand, but in a court of law, evidence is everything. Ugh. Even after I prove so much, is she going to get away with everything? Well, now that the suspicion surrounding Miss Hawthorne has been cleared up, I would like to proceed with the trial. Mr. Wright? I'm sorry, Miss Faye. It totally slipped my mind. I'm really, really sorry. I know you believed in me, and I feel like I really let you down. Mr. Wright, what are you trying to say? There's something I forgot to tell you. What is it? That day, the day I met Doug That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Last night, someone stole some poison from our lab. Poison? The same thing happened 8 months ago. A drug sample was stolen. She came to the lab that time, too. It could only have been her. That girl is a thief. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that. Is it true? Did he really say that? That's ridiculous. There's one more thing. After I pushed him that day, I got worried and came back to have a look. And she was there. Dolly was right there. She was crouched down next to him. What? She told me not to ever tell anyone about it, but I'm sorry, Dolly. Your Honor, the defendant is Miss Faye. You tell them. Dolly didn't do it. She's innocent. That's her planning evidence. So Dolly sold poison 8 months ago too, huh? If you put that together with Mr. Wright's testimony, then there's only one possible conclusion. The defense believes that Miss Dolly Hawthorne stole some poison in the night before she killed Doug Swallow. The night before. Naturally, her motive for stealing it was to kill someone. Miss Faye. If you're so certain of your theory... Oh my god, if you're so certain of your theory, then let me ask you this. Mia, this is your last chance. Think carefully now. Oh boy, let me blow my nose. Okay. There's something that she desperately wanted to get back. Therefore, exactly who was Miss Holly? She was planning on killing Phoenix. There was one person that was standing squarely in Miss Dolly Hawthorne's way, and that person was Mr. Phoenix Wright. Me?
That's preposterous. After all, it was Doug Swallow that was murdered.
Well, it's true that that's how things worked out. But let's remember that Mr. Swallow died of electrocution, not poison. The person that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison was, in fact, you, Phoenix, right? There's no one else that it could be. But he was... Oh, and she was gonna do it through the cold medicine. But how can that be? I thought Mr. Wright and Miss Hawthorne were in love. Poor Mr. Wright. This must be killing him. Hang in there. I'll bring her to justice. I swear it. As I said before, the only thing Miss Hawthorne truly cared about was the one piece of evidence linking her to that incident 8 months ago. That's right. The bottle necklace. That's all she cared about. But even so, why? Why would she go as far as to murder him? 8 months ago, just after the fall of that attorney in the basement cafeteria, Dolly Hawthorne could think of only one thing. How to get rid of the bottle necklace as quickly as possible. No, it can't be. It was a pretty good move she made too. The evidence was missing for a long time. But there's just one big problem. Although she got him to hide the evidence, Mr. Wright refused to return it to her. To him, the tiny little bottle was a cherished treasure. He even showed it to everyone he met. You mean that's why she tried to kill Mr. Wright? Correct, Your Honor. It was to retrieve that piece of evidence. That can't be true! Feeny, what a joke you are. Uh-oh. Honestly, how can any woman ever count on you for anything? I've been told you time and time again to keep your trap shut about me and that necklace. You disgust me. Miss Hawthorne? It appears that we're nearing the end of this trial. I think she... No, really, no, you can't think that. You're wrong. We have evidence. Fine. I could tell you plan on making me into a criminal no matter what I say. You are a criminal, Miss Hawthorne. We'll see about that. But first, where's your evidence? It seems you sniveling little crybaby of a client has eaten the bottle as a snack. Hey, old man, are you senile or something? Why don't you say something instead of sitting there with that dumb look on your face? Miss Hawthorne, what happened to you? Are you really that shocked? Or do you prefer me this way, Mr. Judge? Nah. With absolutely no proof, you treat a voluntary witness like she's a mass murderer. Well, I have nothing more to say. I'll be heading home now, if you don't mind. But we're not finished. Fine. Then ask this nasty old hag to finish up already. Wait, you can't just leave. Can't let her get away this time. Stop, Mia. If you keep on pushing without any evidence, you could pay the ultimate price as a lawyer. The ultimate price? You'd be forced to take off your attorney badge forever, I'm afraid. What? You better think it over carefully, Miss Faye. Or should I say, Miss Gray. Well, Miss Faye? Yeah, I can. If I mess up here, my career as a lawyer is over. But to be honest, at this point, I don't have any evidence that's well-founded. Even so, I'd rather lose my attorney's badge than let her get away with the murder. Your Honor, the defense would like to present proof. Impossible! You can't possibly... Stupid woman. It is the opinion of the court that there has already been enough discussion. Therefore, I will allow only one piece of evidence to be presented. Just one? If you are unable to establish her guilt, then I'm afraid that a very harsh verdict will be immediately handed down on Mr. Wright. I understand, Your Honor. I could just imagine the headline for tomorrow's newspaper. Up-and-coming lawyer plummets to earth before she gets the chance to soar. She was planning to poison Mr. Wright. If that's the case, then the poison was probably in there. I know exactly where it was. I've known since a little while. It's in here! Here it is, Your Honor. The evidence that will prove her guilt once and for all. Cold Killer X? Phoenix Wright's beloved cold medicine? Huh. Does our rookie defense attorney have a bit of a cold? If I did, I still wouldn't. Take this cold medicine. After all, it's been poisoned. What? Remember what the defendant said in his testimony? But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. I always eat with Dolly, just the two of us. She was the only one who took his bottle of Cold Killer X. Then she poisoned it, knowing that Mr. Wright was going to take some. Now you're really grasping at straws. After all, it was the victim, Doug Swallow, that was holding the medicine. I would like the court to recall the crime that happened here 8 months ago. Where did Miss Hawthorne hide the evidence? Huh? What are you talking about? 8 months ago, the poison was hidden in her bottle necklace, which she then gave to someone else for safekeeping. Someone she had accidentally run into in the reading room. My client, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, that's right. She did the same thing this time as well. After shoving the victim, Mr. Phoenix Wright left the scene of the crime. That is when the murderer, Dolly Hawthorne, appeared. With her, she was carrying the poisoned bottle of Cold Killer X. This, of course, was so she could carry out her plan to murder Mr. Wright. I believe she did testify that she was going to meet with the defendant. Yes, and she heard and saw everything that happened at the scene of the crime, including what the defendant and the victim were arguing about and the cut electrical cable. That's when she realized, I can't allow Doug Swallow to live. She used a severed electrical cable to silence him forever. Unfortunately for her, this is when the problem occurred. Mr. Wright, who she thought had left the scene, came back to check on the victim. And on top of that, because of the power outage, some students showed up as well. It's hardly any wonder that she was, as she put it, in a state of panic. Recall that she was carrying that bottle of poisoned cold medicine. She must have thought, what if they searched me like they did 8 months ago? 8 months ago? Yes, she disposed of the evidence exactly the same way as she did back then. She had someone else hold it, in this case, Doug Swallow. Oh, come on now, everyone. Surely you aren't fooled, are you? This stupid woman, she's nothing but a filthy, stinking liar. Right, Mr. Prosecutor? Huh? Yes, that's exactly right. It's just pure desperation. I wonder which one of us is the desperate one. So, Miss Hawthorne? This cold medicine. I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking some. Well, Mr. Wright ate that necklace of yours, right? Now it's your turn to prove your innocence. What do you say? If I'm just a filthy, stinking liar, then there's no need to worry. So come on, show us. I dare you to take some of this medicine right now. Me afraid! Do you think you've won? Well, do you, Mia Fey? That's just fine. For the time being, victory is yours. For the time being? Well, I have a very long memory, you know. You and I will meet again. I'm certain of it. Well then, Mr. Judge, I'll see you later too, okay? Huh? Yes. I'm going to go spend a little quality time with the men in blue now. I wish you all the best. What? Phew. It's finally all over.
I refuse to accept this.
The defense has shown a scrap evidence that supports this outrageous claim. How suspicious? Okay, I need to catch my breath here, but I have thoughts. Okay, so does that mean then that Dahlia was in some way involved with Mia's death later? But even so, your witness seems to have accepted it. I wonder if it's gonna be like Phoenix Wright is recalling this case, and he's like, that's a bit suspicious. I don't care. I'm Winston Payne, and I don't believe one word of this rookie lawyer has said. Not necessarily, no. Well then, Mr. Payne, let me ask you this. Yes? Would you care to try this cold medicine? What? Just a little earlier, I could have sworn you said. All will be explained in due time. There, it's alright, rookie. For example, I would trust a witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life. Either way, I can't wait for the next trial to be Maya wrapped up in something again. That's gonna be hilarious. So if she's trustworthy, then I'm sure there couldn't possibly be any poison in here, right? You see, yes. And here comes the backpedal. Come on now, rookie killer. Show this rookie how it's done. How much trust do you really have for this woman? Are you willing to bet your life? Damn. Styled on him.
Yeah! My hair! It's flying off my beautiful hair! No! What? No!
Oh my god! His beautiful locks! His beautiful hair! It's gone. Mr. Payne? About Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll file papers for immediate arrest.
Tragic, but not surprising. I knew there was something suspicious about her from the very beginning. The lore! Don't lie, just admit you were wrong. By the way, Miss Fey. Yes, Your Honor? Was it just me, or did you and Mr. Dahlia Hawthorne seem to know each other? Your Honor? Whether we did or not has no bearing on this case. Very well. Mr. Payne?
This can't be happening. It's a nightmare. It's like losing to my daughter.
You have a daughter? It appears Mr. Payne has lost his spirit along with his hair. Does the defendant have anything further to say? It can't be true. My dear Dolly, achoo! Very well then. I believe I am ready to pass judgment and bring this trial to an end. The court finds the defendant, Phoenix Wright, not guilty.
Woo! Hooray!
Hooray. This court is adjourned. April 11th, 3:16 p.m., District Court, Dependent Lobby number 2. And number 3. I'm used to it being number 2. Hold on. Ooh, new music. Mia, you were wonderful in there. Thank you for everything, Mr. Grossberg. During the verdict, I thought my hemorrhoids were going to explode like Mount Vesuvius. Like Mount Vesuvius. Mr. Grossberg, do you, maybe think you could stop talking about them? That's rather rude. Anyway, this case really made me think. What does it really mean to have a relationship of mutual trust with a client? Perhaps it is we veteran lawyers who have lost sight of this. Oh, Mr. Wright. Congratulations. Thanks. You know, I was thinking. Go on. The dolly that I saw up there on the witness stand, I don't think that was really her. What? Yeah, the dolly I know could never have said those kind of terrible things. Maybe she was like, I don't know, a fake or something. Boy, this poor kid still hasn't got a clue. You need to forget about her, Mr. Wright, for your own sake. Yeah, you're right. It's probably for the best. Also, you need to relax a bit more. Try to grow up a little. But, out of all my friends, everyone says I'm the most grown up. Eek! What kind of company does this guy keep? Well, Larry Butts? And, yeah. Right now, I'm studying to become a lawyer myself. That's what you keep saying, but I thought you were in the art department. Well, yeah, I am. But there's a friend that I desperately want to help. And if I hurry, then I should be able to still save him in time. I see. Say, Miss Faye? A lawyer is someone who can help people when they're in trouble, right? Mr. Wright, I'm so new at this myself, but I think that's exactly what a lawyer is. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'll study my butt off. I'll become a lawyer for sure. I hope we see each other again someday. Maybe even in court. It's been 5 years since I was acquitted of all charges. I became a lawyer like I planned, and I managed to save my friend. Hooray! We did it! But Mia had passed on to a better place. For me, this trial brings up a lot of painful memories. Is this scene remaked, or the original? I don't know. Let's see. But it also brings up some very precious ones. And memories that I thought would never rise to the surface again. Mia is gone now. But even so, I could hear her in my mind. Phoenix, no matter what, always believe in your client. In a court of law, your greatest weapon is your belief. 5 long years. Something has happened that's made me think back to her words of wisdom. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I feel it's kind of hard for me to, like, be like, oh, Mia's truly gone. When she literally is, like, a secondary character at this point. Like, a tier below Maya. But also, no, Maya literally is her most of the time. But that is a story for another day. Episode 1. Turnabout Memories. The end. Oh, damn, look at this drippy motherfucker right here, dude. God damn! Oh my god. Bro got the fit on, bro got the visors. Jawline is perfect degrees. You could cut into diamond with that chin. Bro is locked the fuck in. Save your progress up to this point. Alright. Wow. Okay. Well, I'm gonna say something now. This game already off to a very, very strong start. I must say. Especially compared to... Oh boy. It's gonna be like a palate cleanser or something, dude. Because let me... No, get me out. I don't want to see the next trial. Hold on. I'm gonna reset the game here. I do have some closing thoughts, because I'm probably not gonna continue on to the next trial right away. I think this would be a very good stopping point for us. But, hold on. Let's see here. Hold on. Loading content. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is what it was. Okay. So, I could already tell that, Trials and Tribulation might be a very big step up compared to Justice for All. Actually, wait, this is funny. So Ace Attorney was 2001. Justice for All was 2002. Trials and Tribulation was 2004. It was 2 years after the fact. I don't know, I'm expecting way better things from, Justice for All. In fact, I'm gonna tell you now, Justice for All is probably gonna be ranking at the very bottom. A lot of its trials are gonna be at the very bottom. Just cause, like, I don't know. I feel like, thinking about the first case of Justice for All compared to this one, the first case of Justice for All felt just like it was nothing more than a tutorial. They just did, Phoenix has amnesia and needs to remember how to do his court case again. None of the people matter, and there was a police girl who had big tits. That's it. That's the only takeaway. Justice for All felt like a filler game? Yeah. And in fact, I'm gonna say, Von Karma? I don't even know what they're doing with her. Like, listen. This is a weird case, because I'm normally not the kind of person to be like, it's weird that they brought back the old beloved character to replace the new character they introduced. But, like, they introduced Von Karma, and I thought that she was gonna be like, oh, it's gonna be the prosecutor for this game. Like, every game's gonna have their own prosecutor. But Edgeworth came in the final trial and literally stole her flow. Like, the problem is Von Karma was only handling, like, filler cases, so when there was finally an important case that showed up, Edgeworth stole the show. I like Francisco a lot, but they just don't do whole lot with her. I mean, I feel like, even in the game, I felt like Phoenix Wright just did not give a shit about her. Like, he was just like, I am so tired of prosecutors thinking there's something. She gets some more screen time in the Edgeworth spin-off, which I like. Huh. I mean, I still feel like that's not a good thing, though. In my opinion, I think that's arguably still bad, because she's still tied in with Edgeworth. Justice for All was her time to shine for her own game. And literally, in this very game where she was introduced, Edgeworth came in and literally said, lol, you got shot. Let the real prosecutor handle this. And then the game ends with Von Karma saying, I'll return again when I can take on, Phoenix. Meanwhile, Phoenix was like, I'm sure she'll be back one day. But he still doesn't care all that much. He was, like, shocked that she got shot, but, like, Phoenix doesn't have anything to really say about Von Karma. She only prosecutes 2 cases. Really? Oh, I forgot. Justice for All is a short game. Okay, she only prosecutes 2 cases, one of which being one of the most hated cases of all time. Yeah, she did the clown one. No, the first case was Pain. Of course it's Pain. You can never have it without Pain. I'm thinking, like, the second and third case, there was the... Fuck, Justice for All is so forgettable, dude. Hold on. Okay, so we had a case with the jungle people. I mean, not the jungle, the circus people. And what was the other one? I'm not including the final case, because Edgeworth may as well have run that one. Okay, hold on. It was the one where Maya got accused. Right. Oh, right, the one where... That case was actually interesting, the Crane Village case. Hold on. Now that I'm here, though, I can finally do this. Justice for... Did you... Okay. I'm tacking this on in the end here, but I really like this, so... Hold on. Let me turn on this. Display capture, or screen capture here. Yep. What's it called? I remember seeing this before, and it was the, what's it called? This opening here. And I like it because it actually makes the game seem interesting. Or, like, what's it called? Justice for All. I'll tack this on in the end here. But this is just something I saw that I thought was cool. But I like this opening a lot. Also, hold on. This is probably gonna get the stream VOD muted. So if you haven't already, thank you all for watching. If this doesn't get muted, enjoy. I really like this opening, though, because it makes Justice for All seem actually interesting. Because I remember, it's like, oh, yeah, every single case here with all the people. Damn it, this guy has, like, the actual thing covering it. But they're all doing their in-game little sprites here. I should watch the Ace Attorney anime. I mean, I don't know, from what I heard, like, what's it called? I saw this originally because it shows every case with, like, all the happy endings. Look, he's alive and you got the brother. Also, I should watch the Ace Attorney anime. From what I understand, they have it, like, every season is covering every game, and I think every episode is a case. The one thing that I do know, though, is, well, from what I've heard, they kind of rush the cases. So, the voice acting is funny. It's like, let's see here. Ace Attorney anime. It's fun, but it's not a good experience if you haven't seen the games. That's my takeaway from it. Oh, it's exactly like the Danganronpa anime effect here. Hold on, I could probably do this while we're talking here. Yeah. Sure. Okay. I think the Danganronpa anime is so ass it isn't even funny. I know. It's like actually upsetting how bad the Danganronpa anime is. I think the adaptation of Trials and Tribulations is supposed to be good though. I mean, from what I heard, it seems like the Ace Attorney anime, whenever I see clips of it, it just seems like it's just funny additional content to see the characters living their lives and all that. But, like, the Danganronpa anime is so weird, because if you're talking about just the Danganronpa one thing, I don't even know. I'm gonna be honest. I have never sat down and watched the whole thing. I dropped the anime when I watched that. And then there was the Danganronpa 3, the anime, that existed. And that was weird, because when I realized, like, oh wait, this is a canon continuation, I was interested. But I didn't watch it directly, I watched a reaction series to it. I like Danganronpa 3 for the most part. I like 3. I think genuinely 3 has, like, really interesting things. I just think that the whole thing with Naegi was his name, right? The stuff with the Danganronpa 1 cast in 3 sucks ass. I only cared about the Danganronpa 2 characters. Makoto, yeah, Naegi. Like, genuinely, the whole thing with him, Aoi, there's Naegi, Aoi, and Detective Girl, who I'm blanking on. No, my brain for some reason says Sumire, but that's Persona 5. Makoto Naegi. Hold on. Danganronpa 1 Detective. Kyoko. Yeah, there was Kyoko, Aoi, and Naegi, and they were going through their whole thing with their trial. And it seemed cool until you realize everyone's just, like, crazy. Everyone's crazy, right? In Danganronpa 3, in that murder game. But they're also just stupid. So, like, let's see. Oh, I think it was just very confusing what they were trying to do there. Good idea, horrible execution. Yeah. I think aside from that, yike. No, get rid of that. Turn this back on. Alright, I think that was all for my closing thoughts here. Somehow we ended up talking about Danganronpa. But I do admit, I make a lot of comparisons in my mind to Danganronpa when I'm playing Phoenix Wright. Like, it's undeniable just because Danganronpa is what I experienced first. And I'm not quite sure how I would make the series equal. Oh my god, it is kind of similar. I did the same thing, but the other way around. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. In my personal opinion, though, I think that Danganronpa handles the, like, argument back and forth way better than Phoenix Wright. But I think that's because Danganronpa it's less of a legal proceeding and it's a debate. And I kind of like the fact that Danganronpa is, like, you gather all of the evidence, you have all the evidence, and then it is a non-stop, high-action debate, and, like, it feels way more intense. which fits with, like, you know, Danganronpa's setting, where everyone's, like, all zany, and everyone's actually, it's a killing game, it's psychopathic. So because of that, the stakes are higher than they've ever been. Compared to Phoenix Wright, where sometimes I feel like I hate kind of dancing around the judge, when the judge is a stupid person in the room. Where in Danganronpa, I feel like sometimes you have stupid characters, but it's more interesting in Danganronpa because you do have chaotic smart people like Nagito or Koichi. His name was Koichi, right? Danganronpa Koichi. No, what? The guy from V3, the ultimate leader. No, Kokichi. That's what his name was? Kokichi. Either way, he's a little psychopath, but I love him for it. I like those kind of chaos characters that, like, completely throw off arguments. Whereas Phoenix Wright, every time some character has tried to do that, it's always been the witness or, like, the murder person we're investigating, and they always get their ass, like, so handed to them that it almost seems silly. Like, I'm starting to kind of notice a trend where it's like, character shows up, they act innocent, coy, they get revealed for their true character. You're so stupid, but you've got me for now. But how about you provide some evidence? Oh no, I'm the greatest ever, and you're dumb. And I'm kind of getting tired of the whole characters acting like they're the greatest thing ever shtick. No. It would be more interesting if there was, like, a prosecutor or someone who, like, completely underestimated themselves and, like, was like, I'm not all that. Meanwhile, they're, like, the most difficult person to get past just because they're, like, actually good at their argument. And aside from that, I've been yapping on for a bit. I think that's all I essentially have to say here. Before I keep yapping on even further, I'll wrap it up here. I think you'll like Godot. I'm sure I will. And we'll figure that out. He's like that. He's not like that, but he's interesting. Okay. Alright. Sounds good. Aside from that, yes. Okay. I need to end the stream now before I keep yapping. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all again soon.